Hello everyone and welcome to another Django tutorial for beginners. So in this tutorial we are going to pick up where we left off in the last video and project. So in the last video we made an inspirational quotes board without these images, and then we posted them like in our admin panel. So we came here, we just added some quotes like this. We had author, text and date. But now in today's tutorial we're going to add images to it, and we're going to learn how to display images from our database. Let me show you an example. So I want to create an author, let's call it Will Rogers. I'm not sure if you know him, but then this is going to be the quote, and let's paste it here. Now we can browse for an image. I have already got an image here, the date for today. And remember that image is not mandatory. That's why it is not in bold. So these are mandatory fields, image is not. I can also make it mandatory, but now it's optional. Let's save it. And now we have it here. So let's go back. If I refresh, you see, this has been added here. Will Rogers, don't let yesterday take up too much of today, and an image and also the date. So this is so cool. So we are going to make something like this in Django. Okay, so the first step we need to do is to go to our models. So previously we built author, text and date. Now we need to make an image field, and models.imageField for parentheses upload to images. So this is a folder we are going to make later, and blank true means that it's going to be an optional field, so the user is not required to upload an image if they don't want to. And once we have created this, because we have changed our database, our models, so we need to let me stop the server. We need to make migrations because we have changed some things here. We need to make migrations, and then once you have made migrations you have to create, oh by the way, before that, because it's about images, and in Django when you want to use images you have to pip install Pillow first. This is responsible for images. And then when you've made the migrations, after that you need to migrate those changes. So migrate, press enter, and then those changes are applied. So again, the first step is to pip install Pillow for images, and then you make migrations because you've made some changes, and then you migrate those changes. Now everything's okay. Now once you've made this change here, we need to go to settings and let Django know that we need to upload some photos. Photos and images are referred to as static files in Django, so CSS, JavaScript, images. So we have this already. So at the bottom of our settings.py we need to make a URL, media URL, all in capital, uppercase, then media, and then we need a media root, and the media root is going to be our base directory / media. So this will create a media folder inside our directory, which is this one here. And once we have this installed, yeah, that's basically it for the settings. And then we can go to our URLs. So in the URLs we've already had this. We need to add another URL patterns. So plus equals, it means it's going to add this to URL. You can also just simply do something like plus here. This is also acceptable, but let's do it like this, cleaner. So then you should type static parentheses, and in order to draw static you need to import from django.conf.urls.static, you import static, and also settings, because we're going to use settings as well. So you need to, from django.conf, import settings. Then here, static, parentheses, settings.media URL that we just specified. Remember, it's here, so it's going to be media. Then, comma, document underscore root is going to be settings.media underscore root, which again we have specified here. So this is going to be the document root for this. So we have two two arguments in this tuple for our static. Now once we have done these, we can now insert them into our quotes. So remember that in views.py we have all the objects of the quote, that is author, text, now images, which we've just added, as well as the date. So all of them are inside content. Now inside our quotes, the first thing we need to do is to load static, because we are going to load some static files, images in this case. And then under here we need to say, okay, where do we want our images to go? So I want the images to go under text and before date. So we need to set an if statement. And why an if statement? Because images are not required. So if there is no image, there will be some error if we just do it like this. So we need to check if there is an image. And if q, which was from our for loop, does include an image, then we need to set the image source inside double curly braces q.image.url. So you can't just say image. We need the URL to be added to the source. So q.image.url, and you can also add some width, like 100%, and I've also included a height of 60%, and then some padding top and padding bottom just to make some space. And we end our if statement here. Now this is basically it. So if we just save the changes, if we go back and we refresh, well, we need to run the server first. So let's python manage.py and run server, enter. Then it's all set up, so we can now refresh and we see these. Okay, let's go to our admin area here and check. So this was our admin area. Let's just add another quote. So let's this time go with Churchill. So Winston Churchill, and I don't have any quote of Churchill, so let's just say Churchill quotes. And let's go for this quote here. And Churchill has actually double L at the end. This is a quote. And an image, I don't have an image for Churchill, so I might need to go to images and not quotes, but just Churchill. Yeah, let's choose this image, save image, and say Churchill. Okay, let's save it in our pictures. Now go back to our data, to our admin. Now we can select an image, which was Churchill, and set a date. So let's save it. Now we have it here, so let's go back to our quotes, refresh, and we should see Churchill here. Churchill, this is the quote, and this is an image. So that's basically it, and that was very simple. So in the next step, next tutorial, we are going to add a button that says read more, and once you click on that, it will direct you to another page with a full, let's say, blog post or something like that about Mark Twain, or a biography maybe, yeah, some form of a blog, let's say. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for watching and listening.